Welcome back. When a severe injury happens, every second matters. Bystanders could turn into lifesavers. Joining me now is Gretchen Ryland, ThedaCare's Trauma Program Manager. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
May is National Stop the Bleed Month. For those who aren't familiar with the campaign, what does it aim to do?
Yeah, so May is National Stop the Bleed Month, and this is a campaign put out by the American College of Surgeons to help promote stopping the bleed and bleeding emergencies. So we know that the number one preventable cause of injury or death and injury is hemorrhage or bleeding control. We also know that severe bleeding can become fatal in as little as 3 to 5 minutes. And if somebody gets injured and you call 911, depending on where you live, 7 to 10 minutes for first responder or ambulance to arrive at scene. So those initial minutes are pretty crucial in caring for the injured patient.
They are crucial. So stop the bleed. First of all, what are some of the injuries that you see that could cause this potentially life-threatening bleeding, and where do they happen?
Yeah, so life-threatening bleeding can happen in everyday life. It can happen in a household injury, whether that's grandma who trips over a coffee table and falls through like a glass coffee table and injures themselves and have laceration, or it could happen in the outdoors. We have a lot of outdoors women and men and women in our state, and so they could be out hunting or fishing. Maybe an arrow accidentally strikes somebody, or you're filleting a deer and you cut yourself with a knife, or maybe a transportation injury. So you are in a motor vehicle crash or a motorcycle crash or an e-bike crash. Maybe you're just recreation and you're trying to have fun and you're climbing up a ladder to get into your pontoon and you caught yourself on the metal ladder. I mean, these injuries can happen literally anywhere, which is why it's so important that everybody has a little bit of knowledge on how to stop the bleed.
Sure, and there's, hopefully never, but those mass casualty situations too, where the more hands you have available to help, the better. In these cases, we talked about timing is critical. It could take emergency responders some time to get there. So for those who are trained in Stop the Bleed, what are the things that they will be trained on? And I know that you offer some of this training.
Yes, absolutely. So I like to do mnemonics. So ABC is a really great mnemonic that we'll talk through. But just a disclaimer before we talk about that is that if you're going to help somebody in a bleeding emergency, always want to make sure that the scene is safe and that you are able to help somebody safely. Also, if gloves are available, always use gloves. But back to the mnemonic, so I will just talk through a really brief scenario. So let's just say I'm at my grandma's house. I'm there to help her. She has to go to the bathroom, and she trips and she falls into the coffee table, which is glass, which I mentioned before, and she cuts her arm in the glass. So A stands for Alert 911. So you want to make sure that you are getting help to grandma as soon as possible. So go ahead, call 911. Then we can go on to the next step, which would be B. So B is for bleeding. So we want to identify where grandma is bleeding. Is she bleeding from her arm or her leg, or where exactly is that bleeding coming from? So bleeding, severe bleeding can look like pooling of blood, or it could look like squirting blood. So just really identify where that bleeding is. You may have to remove some clothing with a scissors or just pull back to just identify the bleed. And then once you have the bleed identified, we can move on to the next letter, which is C, and that stands for compression. Compression, there's 3 different methods that you could do, but the simplest one that will always work 90% of the time, most of the time I should say, is direct pressure. So you would go ahead and find a cloth, a gauze, or a towel and apply that to the injury where that is bleeding. You want to make sure that you press down firmly, apply a lot of pressure, and you're going to hold it there until help arrives. Now, if you're doing this and you feel like, wow, this really just is not working, then you may need to go on to the next form of compression, which is packing. So you would take that same gauze or that same cloth or t-shirt and you would gently put it into the wound, packing it until you can't anymore, and then applying firm pressure until help arrives. Now, again, if this doesn't work, then your last resort would be applying a tourniquet. Again, this is something that is you'll put a tourniquet on grandma's arm, you will turn the windlass the windlass maneuver all the way until the bleeding stops, and this is compressing the vessels. And then you would go ahead and just leave that in until help arrives. So again, A, alert 911, B, identify the bleed, and C, apply some form of compression.
We're talking about a lot of things here. There are actually kits available to people with some of these things that we're talking about.
Yes, that's correct. So you may find them in big public spaces, in event spaces or venues or schools. They may look a little bit differently depending on what you have, but it could have scissors in there to cut away clothing. It could have gauze or a clean cloth or shirt and a tourniquet in there, maybe even a marker to write on the tourniquet the time that it was applied.
We talk about all of these steps and things that people should do. Some people might think, oh my gosh, and hesitate to help. What would you say to those people who maybe would be a little bit uneasy about this and think maybe they would do more harm than good?
Yeah, I think really that the message is that anybody can help. And again, that key message is go from a bystander to a lifesaver. If we know that those initial minutes matter so much, help your friend, help your neighbor, help your loved one to control the bleeding before something bad happens or it becomes fatal.
And people don't need a medical background or training for this. The training is fairly simple, right?
Yes, that's correct. No, anybody can help with this. You do not need a medical background. I have little kids and I plan to train them on how to help stop the bleed.
Sure. Where can people go for more information?
Stop the Bleed. It's through the American College of Surgeons. It's very easy to look up. If you just type in Stop the Bleed, you'll be able to find more information.
All right. And ThedaCare offers these courses?
Yes, we do. So you can, the state of Wisconsin is set up into different regions of trauma systems. So every region is able to assist with Stop the Bleed training.
What's it like for you to offer this training and to see people learn these life-saving skills?
It's very, very rewarding. We go to UW Oshkosh every semester to teach the cohort of nursing students, and they find so much value in this. They're able to learn the course and then take it home to their communities and spread the knowledge with people in their own hometowns. So it's really, really wonderful.
Yeah, it must be very gratifying for you.
It is, yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Gretchen Ryland, ThedaCare's Trauma Program Manager, for stopping by Off the Desk today to talk about the Stop the Bleed program and how people can learn how to save a life. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we'll take a look at the top trending stories of the day on our website, including a pizza chain that's returning to a retro vibe. Stay with us.